The first Congregational Church in Manchester Village was the temporary art studio for a group of Tibetan monks who spent 5 days in their community room creating a painting made of sand, or a mandala. Sand painting is an ancient Tibetan art form, and the mandalas offer several designs. The mandala is painstakingly constructed by using 2 metal tubes, called chakpurs, which contain the sand, which is distributed onto a pattern by rubbing them together. The vibration of the two releases the sand. Andrea Ross of Manchester Village brought the group of Tibetan monks to town and explained how the week-long event came to be.
About a little over a year ago, I had the opportunity to be in a place where another troupe was here for the 2018-19 tour, and they were doing the Sand Mandala there, and I had time to really spend 5 days with them as they were doing this, and got to know the leader of that group, who was the English speaker, and he proceeded to explain to me that this group comes to the United States for a year, and at weekly intervals goes from town to town and city to city all over the country. And in the course of asking him where they were going next, I said, "So when would you be coming to Vermont?" And he kind of looked at me querulously and said, "We go to New Hampshire and Massachusetts, but we've never been to Vermont." So that was a problem, and I was able to get in touch with the headquarters in Louisville, Kentucky, which is a sister monastery that basically schedules all of their tours every year, and explained to them that I lived in Manchester, Vermont, and that I thought it would be something that our community would really, really benefit from, and if they ever had an opportunity to come, I'd love to host them. And so I was called this spring, and with great excitement, they told me that there was a week in October. Would that work? And without hesitation, of course. And so I found myself just in the next 6-7 months just recognizing that the most important thing to me was really exposing as many children, as much of the youth of our community to this. It's really extraordinary that they're here. I mean, they travel all over the world. They are in major museums and universities and huge cities, and to come to our little rural town is pretty extraordinary. And I just wanted to be able to expose as many people as possible to this. And again, it is an incredible opportunity, I think, for our youth to have a door opened into conversations that we sometimes don't have about compassion and about impermanence and about letting things go. And that Sand Mandala is a perfect manifestation of all of that, and it inspires, I think, all of us to think about things like that and have conversation about that.
The sand is made by grinding stone along with flowers, herbs, and grains. They are colored with vegetable dyes or opaque tempera. The mandala is a formal pattern that shows the floor plan of a sacred mansion. When finished, the colored sands are swept up and carried to a nearby stream. That's done to symbolize the impermanence of life. The idea is to allow the stream to carry the healing energy of the mandala outward. The purpose of the mandala is to create a feeling of compassion among people for each other. We had a chance to talk with one of the monks while a group of 3 others worked on the mandala.
Sand castle.
Yeah, they're constructing the mandala of the compassion Buddhas, and it will take to complete for at least 4 days, 4-5 days. Yeah. Purpose of the constructing this mandala is to everyone of us to generate compassionate heart towards for the benefit for all the beings. After we complete it, we have to do the conclusion prayer, and we have to sweep that away every the sand. It is the one lesson that nothing is permanent. Yeah, so beautiful it was, but it is not permanent, last forever. So this is to show this lesson. Yeah.
Andrew Weil of Manchester Hot Glass also gave it a try.
Wow, you gotta have a really steady hand. Because I've got a lot in there. See that? Oh.
Can I try?
Yeah, here, try. There's another.
Oh, you can do too.
A closing ceremony was held after 5 days, where the mandala was swept away. The monks will be traveling on to create another mandala as part of a larger tour. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.